Hello, everyone. Welcome. Glad to have everyone here. This is going to be, as I mentioned here by the title, the last stream of 2022. So I'm glad to have everyone here. Hello, Funny Toro. How are you doing? Glad to have you here. Thank you for watching. Hello, Erman. Erman, really helpful guy, has been helping me with all of these live streams. CryptoJar, thank you for being here. Tinas, thank you for being here. Good evening, everyone. Again, I'm glad to have you guys here. Today's gonna be a very more open, stream. We're gonna be talking about how the year went for me, how the goals that I had, the goals that I'll have for 2023, what I will bring here to the table for the channel, how I want the channel to be in the future, all these sort of things. Of course, we will have our weekly options here as well, which is going to be with a little bit of a twist, try to make it a little more interactive for you guys on your end. Thank you, Mort. Hello. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. So, we started a little bit earlier today, so we can have a time for you to ask questions. Feel free to ask whatever questions you have. This will be also some sort of ask me anything, YouTube related, crypto related, whatever you guys want to talk about. This will be the time for you guys to know me a little bit better. This way you can relate with me and you can understand where I'm coming from and where we're going to together. So if you have any questions, drop them down here. I'll try to answer as many as I can with very truthfully. So no questions are not allowed. You have you can ask whatever questions you'd like to. So markets are not doing really good lately. Because before the CPI, everyone had very bearish. Everyone was was actually very bullish before the CPI, just because no one thought Papa Powell was gonna push the rates a little bit higher. So everyone, you can see the green candles the days before. So the day before the CPI, everything was in the green. But after Papa Powell gave his speech, everyone started to be a little bit scared, just because of the iron fist that he has, or how he spoke about what he pretends to do next year. And he has a firm hand. He wants to he's not going to let go into increasing the rates if that means that eventually we can have lower inflation and all of that. So I still think 2020 will be a very bumpy ride. But I personally think Jerome Powell is doing an amazing job. So of course this reflects for crypto. We see that with crypto has not been doing good for these last couple of weeks, to be honest. And now we entered a couple of weeks where it was stagnant until after the CPI, where it just fell down. You see Ethereum yesterday was down, and today it is way more than it was yesterday. So huge candles. We're gonna see that in a little bit, if there's not any questions. But let's see. Seth says, interesting year, glad you are continuing on. Thank you. If you are a follower here of the channel already for quite a while, which I'm sure many of you are not, just because the majority of my viewers right now are from the Sleep Money Club, and I joined the Sleep Money Club in April when Andy and Colin invited me, which was one of the best things that happened this year in 2022, was for me to join the Sleep Money Club. And if you're not part of the Sleep Money Club, check the link down here in the description. Is going to be the second link where you can join. You can try it out. If if you don't find any interesting content, which I doubt, because here we have a lot of moderators, a lot of content creators, and researchers specifically for the Sleep Money Club, where we talk about crypto or stock, real estate, all sorts of ways for you to generate income in the market or outside of the market, with affiliate links, all these sort of things. So I'm sure you will find your people in there. But before that, I started 2022 actually in a bad position because my wallet was hacked. December 31st, December 31st, 2022, 2021 actually. It was between last year and this year. So I started with $0 in crypto because everything got stolen from me. And then later on, we had the Anchor protocol and the UST the UST token meltdown, Luna, UST, all of that. So I was one of these people who had a huge chunk of my stable coins, a huge chunk of my cash pretty much sitting into Anchor, and so I lost a lot of money there as well. When I say a lot of money, you might be thinking big numbers like Andy or like James Pelton. No, I am not rich. I don't have a lot of money, but for me, it was a good chunk of my savings. It was a good chunk of money that would change my life, and it was changing my life at the time. So we're talking about $4,000 or $5,000 that for me are a lot of money, to be honest. So had two major losses right at the beginning of the year, but that did not stop me from continuing with crypto and actually shifting my content, because in December is when my channel actually grew a lot, and I was talking about yield farming. This channel used to be called DeFi Farmer. It was everything related to yield farming and DeFi. So we would have farms with huge APRs, huge APYs. We would have farms that were very risky, farms that were very profitable. But then after these things that happened, I started shifting my vision, because other content creators did not stop promoting risky protocols, and not because they were not aware. They were aware that these were risky protocols, but because it was a profitable thing to do. So that got me thinking pretty much, what should I do now? So because money is good, getting paid, getting cash, it is a good thing. Everyone knows, everyone wants that. Everyone has to make money, because money is what will let them enjoy more time with their family, or get a different job, or get a car, get a house, whatever it is. But for me, it was hitting a point that it was morally wrong to promote things, even though they were high into people could change their lives with these protocols, with these farms, with these staking mechanisms. They could also lose everything. And I noticed that the majority of the people here on YouTube and on crypto Twitter in general, they do not really do their due diligence. Even though one of my most viewed videos is how to do your own research, a lot of people don't really give a shit, to be honest. So I proposed to my wife that I wanted to shift my content creation from making money to actually focusing on teaching stuff, or on actually guiding people who don't want to do their own research, people who don't want to be don't want to dedicate their own time and efforts to slow down, or to take some time and learn something or understand how something works. And she said, well, that's going to make you less money. And I said, well, this is something that I'd rather much be a smaller channel for the rest of my life than for me to grow to 100, 200, 1 million subscribers, if that's even a number that is reachable. For me to be considered just another Bitboy Crypto, just another Mon Carl, just one of these gurus that they do make a lot of money, but they do not make a lot of money from crypto. they make a lot of money from crypto projects taking money from users, from retailers. I didn't want to be that. So this is what I did. I shifted a little bit my content here in the channel, and I'm sure if you go back and started watching my channel, which has 100, 200 videos by now, if you start watching all of them, you can see that gradual change, which financially it is not a smart decision, but morally it makes me happy. This is why I continue posting here on this channel for very few people. To be honest, you can see we have 18,500 people, but my videos do not reach that audience anymore just because I shifted this content right here. And this is something that I wanted to share right here on this live stream to show how this year went, by. So I'm going to show my analytics so you can judge me. You can see how well we financial YouTubers, crypto YouTubers, how well YouTube pays us actually if we actually get these views. If we get these views, if I would get 1 million, 2 million views for a video, I would hit the jackpot, just because the CPR, the CPM and the RPM, which is how much YouTube charges for ads and how much YouTube pays me for these ads. You can see how high that is, and that is really high if you know a little bit about how YouTube AdSense works. So I'm gonna share the screen right now so you can see and you can judge by yourself. So, and then we can move on with our desktop and cam. Let me see if you guys can see it. Yes. Okay. So this right here is my analytics, my dashboard. Okay, if we go here on analytics, let me see if we actually have any. Okay, so you can see right now the last 28 days. This is what happened here on YouTube, on my YouTube, for the last 28 days. Now if we go to 2022, okay, this is my YouTube analytics. So I had a total of 138,000 views, which is amazing. That is a huge number. Imagine 138,000 people watching something that you made. For me, this is an incredible number. Okay, incredible number. We grew by 2.3 thousand subs, and I made 1.2 actually $1,000. So I made $1,200. So you might be thinking, whoa, that's a very low number. Then I would like you to know that YouTube, when I started YouTube, was for a whole probably 5-6 months my full income. And you can see right here that I would be making a whole lot of videos and I would have way more views than I do right now. Right now, YouTube is not my main source of income, okay? And here I would get sponsorships. Sponsorships would make me way more money than YouTube was paying me, just because as a small creator, you get paid by every 1,000 views that you do. But sponsorships from protocols, deals from protocols would pay me probably what I would be making if my channel was a big channel, just with one video, just with one sponsorship. So you have to take that in consideration. I'm not trying to make you guys feel pity for me because I made $1,198. That is not it. I do work for a protocol called SyncQuote, which is a crypto options protocol. So I do have my salary over there. This right now is shifted into more of a hobby and a content creation, an educational content creation, which does not make as much money, but I just want to be very, very transparent. So I probably stopped getting sponsorships right here in June, maybe June, July. But from YouTube, this is it. So if we go to the revenue tab, if there's anything specific that you guys want to see right here that you guys want me to click, just let me know. But if we go to the revenue tab right here, you can see that YouTube actually pays me $8.84 per 1,000 views. So this is huge. And you can see that it only went down from the beginning of the year, because you can see it got as high as $31 actually. It got as high as $31 per 1,000 views. if you don't understand how important this number is, it is very huge. Because, for example, a normal YouTube channel that talks about a gaming channel, for example, gaming channels, they usually have a CPM between $1 and $3, meaning that the RPM is going to be between 50 cents and $1.50, just because YouTube takes almost half of that money, of this money. They take almost half of that for themselves. So you get a 45-55 split. So you can see that the CPM also changes. We had a day where it was almost $100 per ads that were posted. This is how much the ad creator is paying to YouTube for YouTube to put it on my channel. So you can see it is very profitable if you invest and if you make it very watchable, very enjoyable for the viewer. You can make a lot of money with YouTube. And you can see it reflected right here. Let's see more. Let's see if I can actually see the whole year. There we go. So here we have some statistics. On January, I made $147. And you can see March was my best month with $321. Okay. And then after that, I started posting less and less, just because I wasn't that motivated and I wasn't that sure that I wanted to be that kind of guy that promoted other people protocols, and maybe they lost their money over there. It will be on me, on my shoulders. So this is when I started to slow down publications on YouTube. At 1 month, I even didn't post anything. I think it was September I didn't post anything. So everything was just passive income. But you can see how a lot of YouTubers make a lot of money, because these videos are going to be paying me for the rest of my life pretty much. So this is something that I just wanted to let you guys know, to show that to you, so you guys understand why I do what I do. And it's not really about the money. I'm showing that to you, that I do like what I do enjoy doing what I'm doing. And I don't do that for the money. At least I don't want to be doing that for the money. I don't want to be profiting on top of other people's losses. So this is why you can go to Time Machine. You can go to other websites that showed all the videos that were deleted or that were privated. I've never posted a video talking about any Ponzonomics here in this channel, any drip farms, copy of drip farms, any other these other things, just because they are very Ponzi related. Okay, I went from a hype just because everyone was doing it at a moment of talking about node protocols, but that one died pretty quickly when I lost money as well. Okay, so now if there's any more questions, if there are not any questions, we can move on from the YouTube analytics, or at least if you have something to ask me about these, just ask me so I can answer. We can talk about it and then we can move on. So let's give it a little minute here. Let me go to the intermission. There we go. But yeah, this is basically it. So being a YouTuber can be very profitable if you know what you're doing, or if you have the morals to do the wrong things, to promote the wrong things. You can make a lot of money. So something that I would like you to carry in your minds and in your heart is, when you're posting, when you're watching any YouTubers, whatever, it can be crypto related, it can be whatever, and they are promoting something, be sure if that's something that you might want to use and you might feel like using, do your due diligence before. This is even a topic that I talk about a lot about with Herman, and is going to be in my next channel. I've created a new channel. It's called Lucid. It is part of the the poll that we had last week. If you were part of the last week, you know, all these names that I asked you to review, these will be for these were for me to choose a name for the channel where we're gonna talk about emotional well-being, for both for trading, but also for your life as well. We're going to be talking about very interesting topics about science, about mindset, all these sort of things. So I'm going to be covering a topic which is called, should finance YouTube be a thing, or should it be eradicated? Like, should you trust people from the internet telling you what to do? So stay tuned. I'm going to be talking more about this channel next year. I'm going to spend these holidays recording some of these videos for the channel. So make sure when you see people online that you don't know personally, don't go and just trust them at once. Okay, so make sure they have your best interest in heart, or at least if they have their own interest in heart, they are transparent about it. Because if I see someone talking about how they want to make money with YouTube, and they are getting all sorts of promotion, they're being sponsored by all sort of people, or all sort of companies, but they're being transparent about it, I wouldn't call that a bad person. Okay, even if they're promoting something that is not good, I'll call him a greedy person maybe, but maybe not a bad person. Again, this is something that you need to think before you judge someone else's. So these right here were my analytics. Now let's go back to crypto options, and then we can go back again where I can talk about what were my goals for this year, what are my goals for next year, and how I want you to be part of these goals, some of these goals. So let me connect my wallet here real quick so we can see these options live. So I've logged in. I've logged in right here. Let me desktop, full screen. There you go. So here we are on Lyra protocol. Again, I want to be fully transparent with this. You can see that my portfolio it was supposed to be above 1600. Okay, this right here. Oh, you cannot see it actually. Okay, now you can. It was supposed to be above 1600, and it was. After last week we profited, but I took some money out. This is my personal portfolio. Okay, this is my money. There's no one else's money here, just mine. So I had to take some money off, because right now I will be paying for a course that my wife is doing. So I decided to take this as some sort of experiment, and also a way for me to be motivated to make more money for this portfolio. So it will be around $90 per month, and it will come out of these options. Okay, out of these options. So every month I will be taking $90 away, which right now this portfolio with $1,500 makes between 120, and it got to 200 at one point when IV was very, very high. I made $200 in a month. So I still should have sufficient overhead for me to take away $90 each and every month. This way, it will be a practical example that there are people that do use these portfolios to make money that they're gonna use. They're gonna need this money. Okay, it will change a way that you think about portfolios, that is not just for passive income, that is going to be growing exponentially forever and forever. Okay, so fully transparent. Every beginning of the month, there will be $90 coming from the portfolio. So if you see that in a month the portfolio did $150, $200, then I will also let you know that $90 will be taken out from that. So another thing that I would like you to know for the transparency. So if we look right now at these options, I don't really like them. I want to be very, very clear. I don't like them because we had a huge, these two huge candles for the daily, for the hourly even. We had a lot of movement, but implied volatility did not change. Actually, it went down. If we go right here to the stats page, we got a very high volatility. Not even actually that high for a couple of days. Let's see if we can make it last 7 days. Yeah, okay, it's last 7 days. So last week it was around 80-ish at one point. Then it got down to the lower 60s, which is what I said that it was going to happen. My Bitcoin light just went off. And right now it dropped all the way to lower 50s, which is ridiculous. You know that lower 50s is a dangerous place for you to sell your options. Dangerous place, because it might not even be worth it for you to risk your collateral for you to collect a couple of dollars worth in premium. So, but for the sake of the YouTube channel, for the sake of of this happening, we're gonna sell anyways. We're gonna sell even in low IV, which is not good at all. Not good at all. So we have the 1300 at a 12 delta, actually 13 delta, and a 3.8 premium, and we have a 1100 at 15 delta and a 6.4 premium. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts to see what is the distance between the actual price and 1100 and 1300. So if we take a look here back, we're back at trading view. Excuse me. If we hold shift and we drag all the way to 1100, we have 8.1% difference between the strike price and the actual price of the asset. Okay, 8%. Now if we go up to 1300, we have 8.71, so we have more range, just 0.71%, which is not that much. But again, we are inside the Bollinger Bands for the 1300, but we are outside of the Bollinger Band for the 1100. Of course, this only the Bollinger Bands cannot be your only indicator for you to choose between one and another. Why? Because you need to see the whole picture. You need to see RSI. At least this is what I see. The support and resistances. You need to take in consideration everything. You need to take in consideration how the whole thing works. Okay, so for example, 2 weeks ago I sold one inside the Bollinger Bands. See right here, and we had a 1400 one available that might sound way safer, but actually this one didn't even get close to reaching my strike price. So we have to see sometimes that relying on a single indicator is not something good for you to do. So I'm the DJ asks, what platform do you use for crypto options? Okay, so for crypto options, we are using here Lyra Finance. So the website is app.lyra.finance. Let me write it down for you. This is right here in the comments. This is the website. If you want to understand how crypto options work, I have a couple of videos here on my YouTube channel. Just go on my YouTube, click on videos, and then search for options, and you will see a couple of videos explaining how the difference between stock and crypto options, because there's a couple of differences. And if you want to find everything in one place between instead of you watching a couple of different videos, then going online and searching for more, the first link in the description is about my course. It is a course for crypto options. I show you how to use Lyra. I show you how to use Synquote, which is another options protocol. So, and if you have any questions, just let me know here. I'm always available for you to answer whatever questions. Or if you're already in the Sleep Money Club, just shoot me a DM there on Discord. I'm always there as well. So going back right here to the charts. Let me actually see the RSI the second candle right here closed under the medium average for the RSI. So right now, what it usually does when it closes down right here, closes below, it tries to go all the way to the bottom. It's just like the Bollinger Bands that when it reaches, it want to go higher. When it closes outside of the Bollinger Bands, it want to go lower. So or higher if it closes above the Bollinger Bands. So a couple of these RSIs say that either choosing the, for example, for the Bollinger Bands, it would say that it's safer for you to sell the 1100. But for the RSI, it says it's safer for you to sell above the average, the moving average, because right now the moving average will serve as some sort of support or resistance in this case for us. Because you can see right here, it bounced once, it bounced twice, it bounced 3 times, it bounced 4 times, and then it went, and now it is under the medium average right here. So now the medium average, the purple line will try to bounce again using the medium average, the yellow line, as some sort of resistance right now. So this might mean for us that we could also consider looking into the 1300 to see if the 1300 as a safe place for us to sell these options. So why am I providing all of these information for you? Why am I not just doing the trade? Just because as this is the last one of the year right now, I'm going to give you guys the option to choose which one we're going to sell. You guys are going to decide which one we're going to sell. If we're going to sell the 1100 or if we're going to sell the 1300. I have my own opinion, but I will only tell you once we reach a decision from everyone here watching, which one should we sell. So once everyone decided and we have a majority votes here, you can start typing in the chat, then we can decide and I'll tell you which one I would do personally. So whenever you want, you can just let me know here. Anyways, now if we go down to the options here, let me show again. For the call, we have a 3.8 at a 46 implied volatility and a 12 delta. And for the put, if we go to put and we go to the 1100, we have double of that, almost double in price and premium, just because we have way higher implied volatility, but we also have a higher delta at 15. Which is still very safe. Between 10 and 20, it is a good delta. So a 14 delta, 15 delta is right at the middle, very, very safe. So I already see some people commenting here. Let me go to the desktop right here so you guys can see yourself as well here on the big screen. We have a couple of 1300s. We have one 1100. So right now 1300 is winning by a lot. Let's see if we get any more people giving their opinions here. So let's go back to the screen. 1 second. Let's run a simulation with 1300, since that's what we have right now a lot so far. We have a lot of 1300. So we're gonna sell a call December 23, and let's run the numbers. So if you are already new here in the channel, I do run for my portfolio. I do leverage these options. I do leverage them, meaning that I under collateralized the amount. Instead of using the full amount of collateral, I reduce the amount of collateral for more leverage. This is way riskier because you can get liquidated, you can lose your money, but this gives us, in this case right now where we choose very safe deltas, it gives us a little bit of premium, adding a little bit of risk on top of the option itself. So let's run the numbers right here. For this week, it's going to be 1,500 in collateral. Let me move my camera so you guys can see everything that I'm doing, because every time I forget to move the camera, then I have to go back. So how many contracts can we do? 4. Okay, so with 4 contracts, I would have a liquidation price of 13.21. That is too close. Okay, so let's see, actually 3.7, that is 13.56, or 13% above the actual price. 13% above the actual price. Let's run the yield. Let's run the numbers here for the yield to see how much yield will we get from this trade. Go to calculator. How do we calculate the yield? So we get the minimum amount received. So we have the 1383, and we'll divide that by the collateral, so 1,500. So my yield would be almost 1%, 0.92%. Okay, why is it this low? Why is it this low? Because of the very low implied volatility. Because of the very low implied volatility, we're only making 1%. If we had higher implied volatility, we would make way more. If you remember, last week we've made 2%, like 2.07%, whatever it was. If you guys remember, just write it down in the chat. And the week before, actually this week right here, when we sold right at the top, because of volatility was still high, because of these huge green candles right here, we've made, I think it was 3.4%. Can anyone remember? I can go back later on. Actually, let's see if we can show it right here. If you go back to portfolio, scroll down to history. I don't have any. Okay, so this was, what day was this? It was Friday the 2nd. So if you go to Friday the 2nd, this one right here. So we collected $42, $42 for a 1,500. So this one we made a lot of money, because we made 42.66, and we divided that by 1,500. Okay, so we made 2.8, a lot of money. Okay, 2.8% per week. It is amazing. It is amazing. And Delta was very, very high as well. So you can see how some weeks we make a lot of money because of Delta, because of IV, sorry. And other weeks we don't make that much, because when IV is very low, it's kind of like a dry season for a river, where you can see the riverbed because there's very little water running. This is what implied volatility is. So when implied volatility goes to the moon, goes 80, 90, 100. For Ethereum, we've seen 120 sometimes, we've seen 150. So when these things happens, we see huge juicy premiums, and these are the best times for us sellers to profit, to make money, to make real cash. So we didn't get any more comments here, any more people saying either 1,300 or 1,100. So we're gonna go for the 1,300. Let's run these numbers again. It was 15 here, and it was 3.7. What was 3.7? Okay, so it means that for me to get liquidated, for me to lose this collateral or part of this collateral, Ethereum needs to go to 1356. Okay, so let's go to the charts to 1356. Let's see where that is. So 1356 should be right around here. So 13% above the actual price, the current price, the current price that it is. And for 1300, if we go all the way up to 1300, it is 8.58% from this right here. So DJ asks, these concepts are all in your Udemy course, right? Yes, everything is in the course. If you go, if you go to the course right here, you can see everything that I talk about right here. I know we have there we go. We have all the videos that are going to be covered here. So if you are new to crypto, we have an extra chapter with 3 lectures on how to go from your centralized exchange all the way to your MetaMask wallet, to connecting to Lyra or connecting to Synquote, if that's something that you don't know about. If you already know this, you don't need to watch this extra chapter right here. You can go straight for the understanding options. Here we cover what are options in general for stocks and crypto. The understanding of what an option is basic for both crypto and stocks. And then we go here where I start to explain the different strategies and the difference between the options for crypto options and for stock options. I don't cover stock options for this course right here, but Colin does have a crypto an options course for stock options, so you can check that out on Discord as well, on the Sleep Money Club. And here then I show you how to open and close these positions. I show the difference between a buyer and a seller. We personally are sellers. I am a seller. I make money with selling instead of buying options. I don't speculate on these assets. And then we have how to boost these, how to leverage your position. I show here, I don't show how to leverage as much as I do, just because here this course I don't want to teach people how to leverage. Pretty much I'd much rather for you to start without leveraging, and then you grow into understanding how leverage works. But I do explain how leverage works, and I even say here, if you want to leverage, just leverage up to 40, 30, I think I said 30% less capital than you needed. So I explain everything here. So the course covers everything. We so far have a 4.5 stars, which is really, really good. 92 students. A bunch of these are from the Sleep Money Club. So thank you if you are part of the 92 people who got in from the Sleep Money Club. So going back right here, these numbers did not change. So yeah, still minimum received is still the same. Maybe is because it didn't update the price itself, but the minimum is usually when you lock in, this is the minimum that you receive, even if the quotation gets different. So hey, we have another question from Tinnis. Tinnis said, how much would you lose at liquidation? So if it goes at liquidation price, if it reaches 1356, you get you lose the whole 1500. So you might say that is very risky. Why would I do that? Okay, we're gonna go back into it in a little bit. But if it goes above our price, so if it goes above our strike, which is 1300, after 1300 you start to lose money from your from this trade. So after 1300, you can see right here where it says expected profit and loss to change. So after 1300, you have a break even at 1303. So after 1303, you start losing money. You see, it goes to negative 833, negative 20, negative 45. And this is if Ethereum goes to 1316. So at 1316 Ethereum, I would have lost $45.98 from this trade, from this operation, which is not good. Okay. And if it goes all the way down, we will get liquidated, meaning that we will lose the collateral. Okay. We will lose the collateral. It's just like when you're leverage on a perpetual, on the futures, and then it reaches that maximum leverage, then you get liquidated. It's the same thing. You lose everything. So the question here is, why would you do this for just $3? $3 and what? $3.79. Why would you risk the whole 1500 for $3.79? Well, the thing is, let me go full screen so you can understand what I'm gonna say. Why would you do that for $3.79? There we go. You don't. Now I have this line here in my face. You don't do that. You do not sell options for this $3.79, because this goes back to what I said right in the beginning. I do not sell low implied volatility. We like to sell high implied volatility. But again, I would much rather do a live stream where I just sell something to show you guys how to, instead of me just opening the live stream and, hey, we're not going to sell anything this week because we have low implied volatility. No, any sort of any point during the week I can close this position. I'll let you know again once we begin live streaming again next year. But my rule is volatility under 50, I don't sell. Volatility close to 50, like lower 50s, like 55, 56, I take some time to understand the risk that I'm putting, if that's worth the money that I'm gonna lose. Okay, so if I'm putting $1,500 right here to gain, last week, what was it? Last week was 35, 32, I think it was $32. Does that make sense for the risk that I'm running? Last week it did. For this week it does not. But we're running it as not an experiment, as a group session. We're running this as a group session. This is group homework. Everyone is together selling these options right now. You're learning because you're using my money to understand how crypto options work. And that is okay with me. If you guys understand how this is working, I'm more than happy to, even if I have to lose some money with this operation right here. So for sure, I don't think I'm gonna get liquidated, okay? Ethereum needs to spike up a lot, 13% in a week. And with this implied volatility, most likely it won't, okay? Most likely it won't. But again, do not sell low volatility. Do not sell lower than 50 volatility. If you don't understand the risks, or if you think there's too much risk for too little yield, don't do that, okay? So why do I do that? Why do I do that? Personally, let me show you the calculator that I pull up every time. Every time that I'm talking about how that yield, even though it's just little yield, it can make the difference. So let me pull up the camera right here, desktop. So this is a compound interest calculator, okay? So if we have 1K or 2K, 10K, whatever it is, let's make you have 5K, okay? So if you start with $5,000. Weekly, my average, okay? This is my average. So far, my average, which actually has dropped down quite a bit just because of implied volatility. By the beginning of September, my weekly average was 3. Let's run it to 3. I think it was 3.1. It was 3% per week, just because implied volatility at that time in before September, was very high. Ethereum was always above 100% in implied volatility. So my weekly average was 3% per week, which was absurd now that we are in a dry season. Okay, we are a low IV season. 3% was absurd. Right now, this is gone to 1.8. So let's say I can, with weeks that I make more, weeks that I make less, an average that I make is 1.8% per week. Okay. Let's say I do this for a whole year, and I don't add anything. I don't deposit anything else. Okay. And I compound that weekly, meaning that the premiums that I collected last week, I'm going to add it to the pool for me to sell, for me to use that money. Okay, I'm not gonna cash out that money. If we do the math right here, the APY is 152%, meaning that I made 1.5x in 1 year. 1.5x in 1 year. Now, is this absurd? Yes, it is. Yes, it is absurd. But is this doable? Yes, I am doing it. I've been transparent. I've been showing this here in this channel. Why does it suck? Because I have a small amount of money. Okay, I have 1,500. I've had a little bit more before, but as I said, I do need to take some money out. But if you don't need to take your money out, and let's say if you actually deposit something, let's say you deposit $100 per month, okay, an extra $100 per month, you calculate, you can see that this number went up. It was $12,000, but because you added 1,200 more, this number went up by a lot. And if you compound that for 2 years, 3 years, the total number gets ridiculous. Of course, for crypto, we have a cap that is the amount of liquidity that the protocol itself can handle. So you cannot go with $10 million and try to sell $10 million in options. You cannot do that, okay? But you can do that with smaller capital. I see on Lyra, there's wallets that trade $30, $40, $50,000. So that's still doable. You can still trade 50 grand here on Lyra without having any worry about liquidity. Lyra can handle that. SyncQuote can handle that, okay? So let's say I don't make 152. Let's say I do not make 152, okay? Let's say I make 40% per year. I would still be making 40% per year, which is what I'm trying to get with the options pool. I have this option pool right now, which it is something that I'm creating for people. Eventually it will go live for everyone. It will be a public pool where people who don't want to learn or who don't want to take the time to understand options, don't want to take the time to or don't have that risk, don't want to manage their money, they can deposit right here, and I'll be the manager of this fund right here. And if you scroll down, we talk about making it 0.7% per week, or around 43% APY. Even this, a very, very safe strategy. We use very little leverage. Sometimes we do need to use leverage to reach that 0.7%, but way safer than my own portfolio. Even here, we have 43%, okay? 43%. Imagine you doing 43% on your wallet, on your investments. You cannot do that on the stock market because we don't have enough volatility for stocks. Of course, if you're talking about Tesla, or if you're talking about SoFi or Mara, these stocks do have huge IV. But for the stock market as a whole, you cannot get 42% by selling options, which is amazing for crypto. So this is the crypto magic, pretty much, the high implied volatility. So worst case scenario, I'm still making way more money in the end by playing it safe. You can see rarely here in this channel I sell something that is not the most far out of the money option. Sometimes when this right here is very, very stupid to sell because of the premium and we have very high volatility, then I'll go to the one above or the one under if we're selling a put instead. So you can see how it depends everything about volatility and about knowledge of the market itself. Okay, so again, going back, why I was saying this option right here, personally, I would not sell it. This is my answer that I was going to give him before. Which one should I sell? Well, the answer will be none, because we have very low volatility. It is not worth our week to hold so much money in collateral stuck there, risking to lose that money for us to make this little amount of money. It is way better for you to actually, instead of using the 1500, to speculate a little bit where the market's going to go and buy options instead. Buy options. Why? Because if you buy options like $30 or $40 worth of calls or puts, and it goes in your favor, and you make 10% on that $30, you made that $3 right here in premium that you would have collected for locking $1,500. Using just $30 in just $30 by buying, because when you buy, you don't have to lock up collateral. So these are the things that you need to be wary of as a seller. Okay, you need to understand when not to take the risks. So we are going to take the risk. We're going to move on with this. Actually, let's be wise and go for 3.5. Okay, so now we have a 15% gap between the actual price and the actual price and the price itself for liquidation. So once we have everything right here, it is pretty simple. You have your MetaMask connected, you have everything, you just press sell call. It's going to pop up the little MetaMask right here. You confirm, you wait, it will be pending, and then it will be approved or not. And then we will see what was the actual price that we got. Let's see comments here. DJ says, damn, I have so much to learn about on this subject. I might do the course. Looks really interesting. I buy some calls and put some Binance, but I see that is ultra basic stuff. Much to learn is awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. If you have any questions before buying the course, just reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you. Again, this is way different when you're selling these options instead of buying these options, because a seller is like the insurance. It's like the people that sell you insurance for your car. the majority of the time, you don't need to you're not gonna get wrecked. You're not gonna wreck your car. So the insurance just collecting that money, collecting that money. So this is what we are doing as sellers. So a little bit different than buying and speculating on huge movements or doing iron condors or strangles, all these sort of more complicated things. But it does pay off, as I showed. It does pay off in the end if you're consistent. Some weeks you're gonna lose. We've lost a couple of times here. My drawdown right now is currently at 4.2%, meaning that when I lose 4.2% of the total collateral that I have, the total amount of US dollars that I have in my portfolio, which is not that bad, meaning that if I do 2 weeks in a row consistent profits, I got back all that money. So really, really good to see. So if we don't have any more questions right now, what you're looking at is the page right here. We've opened the position, of course, always negative. I always repeat this because we have the buy, the bid and ask spread. This is the difference between the bid and ask price. We collected $16, so we collected way more. Open the transaction. So let's see how much we collected actually. So let's clear the calculator right here. 1632, and we divided that by 1500. So hey, hooray, we've made 1%. Okay, we made 1.8%, which is really, really good. We have to keep an eye on the implied volatility right here. This is something that could be scary if it ramps up, and it ramps up and Ethereum goes up by a lot very, very fast. Delta is good, 14, we like that. It was 14.9, now it is 14.1, so it is a good amount. So this is our weekly trade. Let me share the link so you guys can keep up. You can keep it open on your phone, on your browser, whatever you're watching from, and you can see how the live price, how the option is going live. And if I close it, you can see that it's being closed because it will say option is no longer open, or it'll be everything 000. So Tina says, how do you manage your drawdown? My drawdown. So my drawdown, meaning that if the option is, for example, this option right here now, it is expiring next Friday, so 7 days from now. So if by Sunday, so 2 days from now, if by Sunday Ethereum is climbing up close to 1300, I close the operation. I take the loss because most likely if it's climbing back to 1300 as fast, it means that IV is rushing up, and I get the inverse of IV crush. I get IV drowned. I don't know. Then most likely I would pay more than 590. I will pay more than the current price to close it. Okay. I'll pay more than the current price, so I would take the loss between the price that I'm closing at and the price that I collected to open. But if, let's say, we are on a Wednesday, so 2 days for expiration, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before it expires. And on Wednesday, we have Ethereum going close to my strike price, okay? Then most likely I'm not going to close the option. I'm not going to close it because we have two things happening. The closer we are to next Friday, the higher our theta will be. Right now we have $1.46 in theta, meaning that every 24 hours, this amount right now will lose $1.46 if Ethereum stays stable at $1,200. Okay, if Ethereum does not move, even so, this option will lose money each and every day. This is theta. Okay, so theta by Wednesday, in the second case, theta by Wednesday will be very, very high. Will be around $3, maybe $4. So it will be eating away the price of the option very, very fast. So theta and also implied volatility. If implied volatility hasn't climbed a lot, I will look at those and decide if using these numbers, what is the probability of Ethereum closing above my strike price for this operation. If it is low, then I don't close it. Okay, I risk getting most likely I won't get liquidated unless it is a very huge spike. Then it never happened that I never got liquidated. Okay, I never even got close to get liquidated just because I put alarms on my alerts on my TradingView app. And if it goes way above 1300, like to 1310, 1320, then my phone's gonna get a notification and I just manually close it for loss. Okay, but again, so how do I manage these when it goes against me? I manage depending on where in the week we are for these options. If you are halfway there, so we are on a Monday to a Tuesday, so Monday night or Tuesday morning, and the option is not in my favor, well, I look at the numbers, I look at the Greeks, I look at market stuff, I read a little bit about market conditions, see if that's something that is going to be bullish or something that is going to be bearish, and I take my conclusions from there. Okay, majority of the time you don't need to close in a loss. For example, last week Erman can talk about it if he wants to. Last week Ethereum, Erman sold a 1400, I think was, or 1300, something like that. And then Ethereum climbed up. You can see Ethereum broke these resistances that he had right here, and in one day, boom, went all the way above the Bollinger Bands, and it was, everyone thought that it was reaching the strike price that these guys had, that Erman, my friend Erman had. So Erman actually closed the position, but then we had the CPI right here, and then the CPI was very bearish. So didn't get close to his oh, okay, Erman says 1400. It didn't get close to his strike at all, but he was wise enough to close the position because that was his risk management. Okay, I wouldn't have closed the position, maybe, or maybe yes, I don't know. You cannot just say things if you are not in someone else's shoes, pretty much. But from the RSI and from the volume itself, it wasn't close to get to 1400. Maybe if it reached 1370, which we have a huge resistance right here, then I would have been scared if I had the 1400, but that didn't end up happening. So you can see how these things are mental challenges for each and everyone. It is different from me, from Erman, from Colin, from Andy. So everyone has to understand what is their risk tolerance, which is different. So very huge explanation. I apologize to Tinas when he asks how to manage your drawdown. So this is how I keep my drawdown low. I'd rather get little losses than to try my luck. Just if I see I'm gonna lose, I close it, take the loss, move on, everything. This is what I do. So personally, this is how it is the least harmful for my portfolio. It hurts a little bit of your ego because sometimes you close it and then it bounces back, and then you would have been safe, but your ego should be less of a priority than your portfolio in these cases. So if it hurts less my portfolio, this is the strategy that I'm going with. So we do have our position here. We do have everything set. So let's go a little bit more personal again. This one. So what were my goals here for this year? Okay, so my goals were to be full-time in crypto, which I did. Now I do make all my money from crypto and from YouTube, which is an amazing opportunity. Not everyone can do that. Also, if you have questions about the options, just keep them coming. I'll be answering this. It's not over. You can still ask questions about crypto and such, just so we can keep things moving. But anyways, this was one of my bigger goals, was to be full-time on online, my online career, so I can work remotely. I work from home, which is amazing, meaning that I can do that everywhere in the world. And to have a steady source of income, not passive income, just income. Okay, because when I started this YouTube channel, I actually have a photo. Let me go back. So when I started this YouTube channel, I started it in August 2021. Okay, I was already a couple of almost a year in crypto already and DeFi, had found out about DeFi. And then I decided, well, I'm going to talk about DeFi in a YouTube channel. But what point was it? What was my point in life at that point? Okay. I was recently married. Okay. I had no house. I was living in my in-laws' house, another house that they had, which was not in the city. It was outside of the city. So very remote location. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a vehicle when I started doing this YouTube channel. So I was just taking the bus everywhere. And you can see the progression. You can see the progression visually. You can see now the camera, the quality looks way better. I invested a lot of money into this setup, everything, good microphone, good lighting, everything. And you can see I have this picture that I took really in the beginning of this YouTube career. Probably is not going to focus. Let's see. Will it focus? Yeah, this is me in my old house. And you can even see these things, these the wall thing, the things hanging on the wall, the pictures hanging on the wall. You can see those in the old videos, in the old thumbnails. You can follow this journey. It is amazing how YouTube, it is kind of like a time capsule where you can follow my journey. And that's amazing, because then no one can be, hey, he was already rich when he started YouTube, or he was already doing financially well when he started YouTube. No, I started really, really from the bottom. Really, really good. Have a really, really amazing story to tell you guys from YouTube, from my life, how YouTube, how crypto has treated me. We had ups and downs. We had very bad moments in crypto, but I do think crypto is the solution. I do think crypto can be the solution for everyone, not even just people who already have money. It can be the solution for people who don't have money. You can learn how to work with crypto if you've never traded before, if you've never programmed before. You don't need to be a software engineer. You don't need to be a programmer or a Java developer, a backend, front-end developer for you to take a job in Web3. I'm using Herman as an example because he's my friend. He's part-time in Web3 right now. Okay, he's a researcher. He's a moderator for the Seed Money Club. He is understanding crypto and teaching crypto to other people. This is something close to what I'm doing. So you don't need to be in the technical area, in the technical fields, for you to be profitable in crypto. The digital workspace will allow everyone from the Web 2 to migrate eventually to Web 3, not only crypto related, not only financially related. We have Gala music nodes right now, video nodes right now. We have Web 3 Wikipedias. We have Web 3 search engines. So if there's something that you know how to do it, just focus and see. You'll most likely find something in Web3 or related to Web3, and you can make money out of it if you have something to provide, some knowledge to provide on that topic. So this was one of my biggest dreams, goals for 2022, and I reached that goal. I was very happy. I moved away from that place. I got an apartment. Another goal of mine. Another goal for me was to give the opportunity for my wife to decide if she wanted to stay at home and take care of the house, or to work, or do whatever what she wanted to do. She's working on her book. She is a psychologist, so she decided that she wanted to write a book, and this is what she's doing. So I'm very happy that I can give that to her through crypto. So it is an amazing journey that we're having. And for 2023, what I want to do for 2023, well, I have this new channel, Lucid, that I'm gonna start as a side project, where I want to talk about things that are not talked about enough, which is how to keep your mind in peace when you're doing these sort of things. Because when something is money related, finances is a hard topic. They are hard because no one wants to talk about how much money they make. No one wants to talk about with other people when it comes to finances, okay? Because it takes an emotional toll. Or for example, when you're trading, it takes an emotional toll for you to be a day trader. There's a lot of people, friends of mine, who are full-time day traders, profitable day traders, but they do suffer physically from their job. Okay, they have acid refluxes, they have heartburns every day, every during the week, they don't sleep well, these sort of things. So Lucid's going to be a channel talking about the emotional side of hard topics or scientific topics. It's going to be very focused on the emotional thing for everything. I'm going to be using a lot of my wife's knowledge as a psychologist for this sort of channel. It's going to be my little baby project for 2023. I'm not making that to make money. I'm just making that to be some sort of my diary to the world, something that I can bring to the world as some sort of, I hope it will be depositing knowledge online, eventually if someone finds it. Another goal that I have is leaving Brazil. I now live in Brazil. I am half Brazilian, half Italian. I've lived my whole life outside of Brazil. I was just born here, was raised in a couple of countries. But the point is, I got in Brazil in 2018, and I want to move away from Brazil. I got married, and my wife, I think it is a good thing to show my wife the world, show my wife how beautiful we have, how beautiful other places are, how you can, how can you live your life, enjoy your life in other cultures, in other places, climates. So this is what I'm, one of my big goals for 2023. We already have something scheduled for the early part of the year, the first half of the year. She's gonna do an exchange to another country. I'm gonna go with her so she can perfect her English a little bit better, and then we, by the end of the year, should have decided where should we want to go, where should we go actually. So this is a big goal. Another big goal is which is not really a financial goal. I mean, it does have something to do with finances. It is the only thing that I own right now is a motorcycle, and I do love my motorcycle, but motorcycle as a vehicle for a family, it is not really a good of a vehicle, because we are just me and my wife. We don't have kids, but we live in Brazil, which is a place very tropical weather right now. In summer and spring, it rains a lot. It has been raining every single day for the last 3 weeks. Every day it rains, and then it stops raining, and then it's just humid, hot weather. And these sort of things makes it really, really hard for you to go to your parents' house, to go to, even for you to go shopping, grocery shopping. So next year, I want to sell my bike. I already started fixing it. I did some things with myself. Selling the bike, buying a beat up car, a Civic, I don't know, whatever car we have here that can be a good car for her. She does not know how to ride a bicycle, so to ride the motorcycle, so she knows how to drive, so it will be good for her. She can just go away, I don't have to drive her anywhere. So this is a goal that I think it is for 2023. Another thing that I want to do, I want to grow this channel. Okay, I've been putting very little effort. I've been putting a lot of effort into these live streams. I've been loving these live streams. Live streams have been probably the higher part of my Fridays. Every Friday, you just get excited for me to get up, turn on OBS and do these live streams, just because they're very pretty. I can just talk to you guys live. I can answer those questions right now. It is enjoyable to do. Editing videos gets boring. At one point, and I still don't have, the YouTube still don't make enough money that I can pay for a video editor. So I have to edit these myself. But what I want to do is I want to go back to creating more content here instead of just live streaming, or maybe live streaming more every day, maybe on different topics, and then editing these videos to future videos, or for specific videos, cutting them off. This is also a goal for 2023, and a big financial goal, which is right now financial goal. This year actually, my goal was to make $15,000 online. Okay, 15 grand online, meaning from crypto, or from my job, or from affiliate links, whatever. Just not working in a 9-to-5 job, not working at a job where I have to go to an office and work there. No, everything needed to be online. And I said, well, it was going to take me a whole year to reach 15K, which did not. I think by June, I had made over $1,500 with YouTube, with crypto, with jobs itself. Like at that point, I wasn't working for Syncquote, but I had reached that goal. So this year, 2023, I want to up it up, because I do live in a country where I don't need $100,000 per year to live, I even mentioned, there's even one of my latest tweets, I think it is a pin tweet on my Twitter. How much do I need to actually live in Brazil? My expenses are not that high. Brazil is not a very high maintenance country. So the answer, by the way, was 15 grand, more or less. With 15 grand here with 15 grand in options, I can pretty much have passive income just for crypto, from crypto. So I actually want to go big. Like next year, I want to reach 50K, because if I reach 50K in Brazil, it means that once I leave Brazil, I'll be able to grow that salary. Instead of making 50K online, I can go to maybe 75K, depending on what country I'm living. The living costs go high, go a little bit higher. So I wanted to make it a big. Sometimes it might seem very unreachable, because 50K here is a salary of a very good doctor. So very, very good doctor, respectable doctor, surgeon here in Brazil makes 50K per year. So let's see if next year, 2023, I can make this money, which again will be a very huge goal, because I don't need that money. It will be money that I would just invest. I will not spend that money on anything. Most likely I will spend into the travels that I'm going to do with my wife, probably buying the car. So these are the things that I have planned. Okay, these are the goals that I reached or didn't reach last year that I want to carry to 2023. I hope you guys have a lot of dreams. Dream big. If you have something that you want to chase, just go ahead, chase it next year. Make sure you make the most of it. Just don't start and then start to just kind of slow down and die off eventually. Just keep it going. It might be hard, it might be scary sometimes, but it's just this goal is just something that you can push, to reach out. So, sorry, Tina. Tina said, when does Lucid start? Very interested. Well, Lucid is already, the channel has already been created. The channel is live. I'm not going to post the link because I still have no profile picture, no banner, no description, anything. But I'm going to be taking right now, I'm going to be taking a vacation from YouTube. Not going to be doing live streams anymore. So I'm going to be taking these few hours a day that I have free and edit these videos. I already recorded a couple of videos for Lucid. I'm going to work on these thumbnails, work on these banners and description and the profile picture. And by January 1st should be live. When it goes live, I don't know if I think I'm going to take the first week of January also off from work. So I should start streaming on the second week of January. Whenever I start streaming again, I'll just release the link for the Lucid channel. So I hope you guys enjoy the content that I'm going to bring over there. So I think this is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Last week I said that every stream is getting longer than the previous one. This is a good because I do enjoy making those. But I am sorry to make a very extensive live stream like this, 1 hour and 20. This is not Twitch, so we don't have viewers that are okay with just watching 4, 5, 6 hour streams, which I am personally. I do enjoy Twitch streamers that goes the whole day streaming. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I do want to wish you, I don't know what do you believe in, if you believe in if you are Christian, if you are Catholic, if you are Muslim, it really doesn't matter. I just wish you have a happy end of the year. I wanted to wish you, if you have relatives, if you have family close, just go spend time with family. Unfortunately, I don't have my parents close. My parents do live in the United States, and it is not somewhere where I can go right now. So I'm not going to be spending time with my mom and dad, but I'm going to be spending it with my in-laws. So really, really good. I hope you guys take these few days by the end of the year. Usually you don't work, usually you don't go to school, to kind of renew your energies, your strength for a very, very good year that's going to be 2023. I hope everyone here has success, both financially, both in love or in your career. I like to see people around me succeed, and I want to see each and every one of you succeed and strive in your life. So best of luck. Enjoy your holidays if you celebrate or not the holidays. Enjoy the freedom from work or from school that you're going to have in these few days, these next few weeks. Hope you guys take care. Tell someone else, tell someone that you don't know, tell someone that they're important. These things are nice to hear. So tell someone you've never met before on the street that they are important. This makes this is a really good thing that everyone should do once in a while. So this is everything that I had to say. 1 hour, 22 minutes. Other than that, I'll see you guys in January. I hope you guys had an amazing year like I did. I'm grateful. I praise God for this amazing year that I had. I hope you guys are grateful as well. And oh, my camera just died. Perfect. So the great hour, the great moment to end the stream. Anyways, see you everyone. Take care. Happy holidays and peace.